Bayangkanlah kalau dia anak mereka. To lose a son during an illness, you can expect and you can pray for a miracle. But losing a son, and where he doesn't come back and the way he was. Kifi
Kenapa Datuk?
and the team of Nona, I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this for me.
From the bottom of my broken heart.
Wow.
Thank you so much Dato Jasmine kerana sudi bersama kita hari ini.
Terima kasih.
Eksklusif Inspirasi bersama Dato Jasmine.
Ya.
Kita direct je Dato Jasmine.
Oh.
Kita bersembang-sembang sambil bercakap-cakap. Mungkin ada yang tidak mengenali Dato Jasmine.
Okay.
Dan ada juga yang mengenali Dato Jasmine through social media Datuk Chef Wan.
Kawan baik I tu.
Kawan baik kan?
Macam abang.
Macam abang Datuk Jasmine. Mungkin Datuk Jasmine boleh kenalkan diri Datuk Jasmine, perniagaan yang Datuk Jasmine laksanakan.
I'm a mother, a wife. I just lost my son tragically May 11 at 2:10 or 2 o'clock on Duke Highway. And I remember him, my son George, saying that he was coming back home at 1:45.
1:45 morning.
In the morning. So he drove my car, and he's a very George, I believe in my heart he's still alive. So, and if anyone is in the car, he's the most careful driver in the world.
Okay.
And keselamatan tu, undang-undang jalan raya, he's very obedient lah. And then the generosity, what my son has taught me, he became my teacher.
Oh.
My sons, George and Thomas, became my teacher.
Okey Datuk, sebelum kita, sebab I tahu benda ni masih baru. And then when you share the story, I takut sekali lagi air mata you terus berlenang kan.
Memangnya.
Before that, kita kena cakap sikit. Sebenarnya Datuk Jasmine ni merupakan cancer survivor.
Yes.
Betul Datuk?
I had breast cancer, and then I had a tumor which was in my ovaries, so they remove everything, and then
breast cancer?
Both bilateral.
And
they had to my ovaries, and then it went into my womb, so they had to remove everything out.
Dan saya difahamkan is already stage 4 Datuk.
It was then, and now they have given me chemotherapy.
Berapa kali dah Datuk
banyak
kemo?
Banyak kali lah, terlampau banyak sangat sampai tak nak cakap pun.
Tak nak cakap ataupun tak ingat berapa dah Datuk?
Dah tak ingat. Tapi team doktor dekat Gleneagles are the most fantastic. I mean, all the hospitals, all the doctors, they act as a team, and that's what I like. But what is sad, I feel, is all our great talents are going away, you know. So, and what we need to do is to unite, because they are the pool of the expert. And I went to the best of the best. I was in Singapore. I was in coma for 3.5 months.
3.5 months you coma, Datuk?
Yeah, that was in 2012, and they said I was not going to make it when I was here. But I did. As I always say, only God can decide when we can go. So, cabaran kita ni is Tuhan lah kan.
Okey Datuk, kalau kita imbas kembali balik sikit lah. When the first day, the first moment, the first time Datuk dapat tahu bahawa Datuk ada kanser?
I was in London, and I was supposed to come back to see a doctor in Gleneagles. And I was late. I explained, I spoke to a receptionist, and she refused to see me.
Okay.
So I had to go to a general surgeon, who's a very senior general surgeon, an Indian general surgeon. and he and because I couldn't allow my husband to see me without you know what. So I decided at that time that I will have an additional, and it was quite aggressive. It was a long surgery and a very painful one. And at that time in my life, you will know who your friends are. So masa gembira, everyone's around you.
Ya, betul.
Masa publicity, everybody wants to know you. Tapi masa kita sedih, kita makan seorang, menangis seorang, tak ada orang yang lain. So that's what I have learned in life. And my art, I spoke a lot in my painting. I'm not sure whether you have the book. It's around there. And but everything that I painted is what I felt about myself, and I spoke through my artwork. I write as well. I like to write poems, sajak, puisi, name it lah. I like to read. I like to construct. I'm into IT, publication.
And Datuk like to sing also.
I love to sing.
Macam mana Datuk? Alah,
Payung lah payung, ketipang payung.
Payung sutera
Anak raja muda. Allah tolonglah tolong. Acik abang tolong.
tolong
Janganlah lupa pada adinda.
Kita tak lupa Datuk. Kita tak lupa because saya kenal Datuk agak lama sebelum ni.
Memang lama sangat.
Sangat lama dan and you are cancer survivor yang terus bertahan Datuk. Okey ke Datuk, sebenarnya kat luar sana ramai orang yang mengalami masalah kanser. Kanser 1, kanser stage 2, kanser ovari, kanser macam-macam jenis kanser. Dan apa yang Datuk boleh katakan, mungkin ada wanita yang berkemampuan untuk melakukan good treatment untuk kanser, but maybe some of them yang tak kurang bernasib baik untuk dapat the good treatment cancer. So kepada wanita-wanita ini, what you can
You know,
share?
I will regress a little bit. Kita pergi balik sekejap pasal perasaan dulu.
Okay, that's good.
Usually women masa dia dapat tahu, dia dapat tumor,
Yeah.
they are always alone. They are never with a partner or a child. So masa the news is broken out and the test is given and the biopsy is done, they are alone. So they don't think about themselves. Perempuan ni, wanita, they always think about their anak, suami, rumah.
Agree.
You see, for women to have cancer and at a late stage, they always say that a man can always marry again. But kebanyakan women, they don't. So, but when anak dapat cancer, lain cerita. I remember going down to GH. They have a pediatric ward. And I was always there practically most days lah. Masa dulu-dulu, Astro tak ada, playground tak ada, mak bapak tak ada. So because they all government support. And I would go down and hold their hands, laugh with them, play with them, teach them. And what was amazing is to see their strength. As a woman, how do we feel? There's no words can describe what you are going through or what I'm going through. Kadang-kadang, stage 1 can be very dramatic.
Betul.
We are scared. Sometimes stage 2 is worse and we do not know how each individual feel.
Yes.
Not even a counselor, not even a psychiatrist, because everything is in your mind and everything is in your heart. Badan kita, I mean, I forced myself to walk. And Kifi has been with me, with Betty, with a lot of my friends, my sisters, my mother, my husband, my kids, his friends. And most times they go to school, they do their work, and I'm left alone.
Yeah.
So masa kita bersorang ni, kesedihan ni, you cannot explain. There's no words. So, as I said, as what the Indonesian singer said at Ramli Sarip actually sang the song properly, Andai Aku. I'm so scared of hell, neraka, but I tak bersudi, syurga. So we are on a transition of life to show our strength, but for whom? For us, or for our family, or for our friends? What kind of difference can we make to society in general? Not just for women, not for kids, not for men, not for animals, not for nature. So, what is our purpose in life? Because I know my purpose.
What's your purpose?
My purpose is to help, to listen, to hear, to cry with them, to hug them. Because that's what they need. They need someone to read, to laugh, to joke, to sing.
Yeah.
Those days, we wives, we dress up for our men. Makeup, rambut, kebaya, and then the husband eat, kita
So,
serve.
husband.
Macam-macam kita buat. Tapi sekarang, semuanya lain. Yes, my sons were fortunate because we had a hard life. But they are careful. Do you know, George and Thomas will never give food to the hungry or give money to the beggars. They, and I respect them for that because we taught them that as parents, they gave them dignity of a job. Dignity. And that's not easy to get. Biarlah potong lalang ke, buat rumah paint, some money. So during the COVID time, I did a lot for the government but was unnoticed. People didn't want to help. I busted my bank account, lost my job. I couldn't pay salaries, although I was paying full. And
Okay.
Nona ni represents that.
Yes.
Because you believe that we deserve to be recognized.
We believe that every people deserve for good, better life actually.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, let's make it a better life, Nona.
Yeah. Kembali kepada Datuk sendiri. So, tahap kesihatan Datuk sekarang macam mana?
Nampak cantik pasal we. Kalau
Makeup.
berjalan, macam tu lah.
Berapa kg Datuk? From dulu sekarang?
I was 75. Masa tu suami I kata gemuk. And then, tapi besi lah. And then, it started to drop. Now I'm 30
30.
and dropping.
And dropping. Dan saya difahamkan Datuk next week or this week akan menjalani chemo again.
I'm not sure whether I want to do it, but I have a procedure that I have to do first before.
You don't want to do it? Why Datuk? Why were you...
The doctors are planning to see whether there's another alternative medication that I can take. But I'm a little bit tired of pain.
Tired.
I'm
For how long already Datuk you've been survived for this?
I've been sick for more than 20 years.
20 years.
Maybe 25 at least.
20-25 tahun Datuk berada dalam status rawatan kemo yang berterusan, and then after 25 you
lost my stomach,
Yes.
my intestines, adhesion, dapat Addison. If I don't take the tablet, I will drop dead. I got tinnitus because of an autoimmune. I got colitis, ulcer because of autoimmune. I've got hyperactive because of immune. I got estrogen because of immune. All autoimmune. So there's so many that treatment that I come to a point in my life that I said, enough. And then I said to myself, even the doctor said, kalau jantan lain, suami orang lain, dah cabut dah.
But your husband,
My husband is the most adoring person in the world, and I must acknowledge him, and I must say he's my mentor, and I must say that I'm in love with him every minute, every second, every nanosecond of my life till eternity. And God has blessed me with 2 beautiful kids, great friends, and without them, my life is absolutely meaningless.
so
I
touching.
would trade my life for them.
And suddenly what happened last
It is not easy for my husband, and he misses him every day. And every time I go to the grave, his resting place, I rasa nak bring him out from that place. But I can't because it's against the religion. We are the people of the books. We are supposed to pray. But I cannot even ask God why. I just want him to come home. Is that so hard, Kifi? Sekejap je, bersembang, give me a hug, then pergilah. You know, my eyes is so dried up with tears that it can't come out anymore. It's so, and to see him the way he was, I didn't even recognize him. But I believe the authorities are doing their job, and it's good to leave them to do their job.
Ya, sebab for those yang tidak tahu sebenarnya Datuk Jasmine baru saja melalui saat dalam stage beliau
But he was not.
anaknya telah sebab ramai mungkin yang tidak tahu apa
No,
kejadian
because
sebenarnya.
he didn't drive the car.
Ya Datuk, saya faham. Kita terangkan dulu apa isi parti sebenarnya. Mungkin yang tak tahu
Ya.
apa sebenarnya Datuk bercerita ni, apa yang berlaku sebenarnya kan. Sebenarnya Datuk mengalami satu lagi musibah besar dalam keluarga Datuk apabila anak yang disayangi. Datuk ada 2 orang anak
Ya.
saja.
George dengan
George and
Thomas.
Thomas. Dan pada bulan lepas, Datuk menerima perkabaran bahawa George mengalami kemalangan ya pada pukul 1, pukul 2 pagi. 2 pagi. Dan itu memberi lagi satu letupan kepada dalam kehidupan Datuk Jasmine yang sebenarnya dari Datuk Jasmine cerita beliau mengalami kanser, segala penderitaan, segala rawatan yang dia lalui dan tiba-tiba Tuhan memberi satu lagi ujian mengambil anaknya. What's happened Datuk sebenarnya yang berlaku ketika itu Datuk?
At that time, I rasa because my George doesn't drink and drive, and he's too young.
19 tahun ya Datuk.
And he was getting ready to go to UK, to one of the top 3 universities. And this girl pula, whatever she is or whoever she is, and one of the videos that I saw, George saved her from dying and she walked out of that car,
During the accident.
the impact was so great. The lithium battery burst. That's why I don't believe in electrical cars until they really know how to maintain. And then one of the videos, she called out and said, there is someone in the car, and she couldn't even call his name. He couldn't even call his name. Like he was nobody. It's just a number. And the accusation of people's netizen ni memang it's so bad. Even my neighborhood but complain. My sons. Bayangkanlah kalau dia anak mereka to lose a son during an illness. You can expect and you can pray for a miracle, but losing a son and when he doesn't come back and the way he was, and everyone says she's moved on. I haven't moved on. How? He's my backbone, my life, my love of my life, my apple. Yes, I got a living son. But he knew what was right and wrong. He was an entrepreneur. He was a businessman at a young age. He had everything and he was clever yet. And his father loves him so much, so does his brother. And it's different for a father to lose a son, it's different for a brother to lose a son. But it's definitely different from a mother to lose a son.
Kita faham sebab seorang ibu yang sedang mengalami kesakitan dalam proses rawatan dengan keadaan yang berlaku.
I don't care about the rawatan anymore, Kipi.
But you have to survive also, Datuk.
I will. I'm going to go back to work. And I'm definitely going to do it this time on my own. With some very good friends. And we're going to make it.
Wah, sangat kuat Datuk.
Because I think I want to fulfill my son's dreams. And that's what he wanted. I'm into interior construction, so I know what it is like.
Oh, Datuk nak join I pakai sunglasses ke, Datuk? Yalah, mata dah lebam akibat tangisan yang kita dapat rasakan, tangisan from seorang ibu yang baru saja kehilangan anak kesayangan, mendiang Josh. Dan saya nampak foto mendiang. Kalau boleh saya bawakan foto mendiang. Ya, di sini mendiang Josh yang berusia 19 tahun dah pergi.
And it was pronounced by the forensic that he died at 3 o'clock, but he actually passed at 2:10.
So maknanya masih dalam siasatan, Datuk?
Yes.
Still.
And what was so funny was the girl's uncle called Thomas. Dia tak call kita. Pukul 8:30. So the police are doing the investigation.
So still terus investigation masih diteruskan. Dan apa harapan Datuk Jasmine?
Justice. justice.
Justice. Maknanya Datuk merasakan ini bukan hanya satu kemalangan.
I don't think it is.
Okey Datuk, yang itu kita serahkan kepada
Well,
pihak berkuasa dan saya juga ada melihat sebentar tadi ya Datuk sempat saya flip a new beginning Jasmine Raj, satu koleksi buku yang dikeluarkan oleh Datuk Jasmine pada tahun bila ni Datuk?
2003, this is just before George was born.
Oh,
And that's when I wanted a family and how it was like, because before that I was a model, and before that
boleh nampak.
I worked 5 jobs to earn a penny, um, iron for 20 cents,
Oh,
macam-macam lah.
Datuk rupanya melakukan juga pelbagai kerja Datuk.
Yes,
You doing 5 jobs one day
one day, 7 days a week.
untuk dapatkan pendapatan rezeki harian.
Tapi halal.
Halal. Dan Datuk pernah gosok baju dan hanya dapat
20 sen.
20 sen during that time. Maknanya saya ingatkan Datuk daripada keluarga yang berada.
Memang berada, tapi my father taught me that I had to be independent, and my mother believed that you have not to be given, you must earn it. And I cannot thank my parents for that, and my sisters as well. They've been great support to me. My brother-in-laws, anak saudara, my grandnephews, my nephews, my nieces.
Dan buku ini telah dihasilkan before yang Josh dilahirkan.
Yeah.
Dan yang paling penting saya suka boleh lihat secara lebih dekat Datuk Jasmine, how old are you?
I'm going to be 56 in September the 6th.
During this time, ni gambar yang cantik ni.
This time I was actually undergoing an operation, and I was called out to finish my painting, so I was sneak out from the hospital and finish my project. So I did 168 paintings.
Dan ketika ini baru sempat bukanlah melarikan diri, sempat menyelundup keluar daripada hospital
Tanpa doktor tahu.
untuk foto.
Foto dengan buat painting.
Wow, menghasilkan berapa Datuk koleksi painting dalam ni?
I have 168, and the ones that I put out for sale was also, but I kept those that I like, which are now going to be on sale, to give me the funds to do what I dream about to do, and that is to help people.
During this time yang Datuk kata tadi 70 plus kg and now turun sampai 30 kg. Okey Datuk, dalam buku ini I dapat lihat koleksi lukisan Datuk ya. Dan I tertarik dengan satu.
Alright, this is a story. It's Candle in the Night. And it's begin the candle in the night where you light a candle.
Apa yang sebenarnya?
And never did I realize there were 3 candles. My son had a first accident. Then he had his second. And it was a third. But at that time, the title of each of these candles painting that I did, he was my light. He was my guidance, and he was my realization. So everything that was written here, and I call myself Lady of Colors because I didn't want anyone to know how I felt inside. And ambiguity was also one of my favorites. The bird of the star is in my room, and I thought I was the bird of the star, but it was George. So when I look back, life 1 and 2, my son George and my son Thomas, so I could relate to every single thing.
Yeah.
And my prayers for them, prayer 1 and prayer 2, Anak, yakni God's grace, kita bersujud kepada Tuhan. And then pendoman, and it means sustenance and serenity. So all these things,
Secara kebetulannya,
Yeah.
koleksi yang Datuk hasil ni is related to you,
yeah,
your life
my
actually.
whole life.
Your whole life.
And it's so funny. Trinity ni is my 3 kids. For me, it's hard. And I painted the angel, the guiding light.
Datuk masih melukis sekarang?
Yes, I started again, but I'm going to wait for first to get my modal, as they call it, on my own without anyone's help, and see if I could be able to sell my paintings and do good things for people. And that is what I want most.
Kalau kita cakap Datuk tentang harta, kekayaan tidak dapat membeli kebahagiaan, what you can say about it?
Now, kekayaan tu is like this story dongeng lah kan. Rumah kaya, makan, sedap, and then you have a poor man who smells the food and he said, hang ni pula gemuk, I pula yang kurus. So he sued the guy. And I said, how to sue? Bau daripada dapur datang kat rumah mai. So like that lah. So kebahagiaan kat rumah is number 1 because if you're happy at home, you're happy at work.
Yes.
So a dream can only be a dream and it can come true. It cannot be an illusion. So you must make it happen. Whatever it takes, whatever the storm rides, whether tsunami ke, whatever hurdle, cabaran ke, everything, you must be able to move forward. No matter how painful sampai dia menikam, you must try, but you must allow yourself to grieve as well.
Tapi dengan adanya kekayaan juga.
You see, without wealth, you can't get health.
Yes.
Without wealth, you can't start business.
Yes.
So there's so many things that, but what is actually wealth? Is it fancy cars, driving fast,
Luxury.
big house, bags after bags? It's only a bag. Yes, we like to look good. We like to inspire women, men. I like to do that. But everything comes from hard work. I make my own stuff. I buy clothes from Petaling Jaya, Petaling Street, Kota Raya, anywhere.
Betul ke Datuk?
Betul. Pakai kasut bata, second hand clothes. So I'm okay. It doesn't really matter. It's how you carry yourself.
Yes.
So if you don't have the confidence, and you have to tell the truth. There's nothing wrong with the truth.
Dan selain pada painting, business as a interior designer, Datuk juga mempunyai produk sendiri.
Now.
Oh, sekejap Datuk. Sebelum Datuk mengangkat tu, kenapa Datuk bawa teddy bear ni bersama Datuk?
Yani, this was given to me by Farakat.
Oh, Datuk Sri Farah.
So,
your good friends.
Yeah? One of my soul sisters, Dr. Mushkan, and all of them, that Puan Sri Molly, everyone, Tuanku Sultana. So, I put Leo's cologne next to me so I could feel him that he's next to me.
Datuk, I nak tanya sedikit sebelum kita cakap tentang produk Datuk. Bila kali pertama, sebab because you are very close with Datuk Chef Wan, bila kali pertama Datuk Chef Wan dapat tahu dia juga mengalami kanser,
yes,
kan? Apa yang Datuk
You see,
Betul.
he lost his wife and then he lost his
Yes.
mother.
Yes.
And we were all staying in the same floor and the same suite next to each other. And I remembered Chef coming up to me, my brother, and said, "My mother has gone." And for the life of me, I thought he died. It was the most scariest thing in the world. And then a couple of weeks later, he discovered that he had one of the rarest cancer. And of course, he made fun of it, but nobody knows his pain. Nobody knows what he goes through. I mean, the love of his life, of course, is his darling cats and everyone that he loves. And we love him. He is my brother.
So during that time, Datuk Chef Wan kata dia ada cancer. He make the jokes. You
Yeah. We all,
biasalah Datuk Chef Wan kan.
we all joke about it. All of us did.
But seriously,
It was very painful.
dia ada Datuk ada
We
menang-
cried together.
We cry together.
We cried together. We all cried together. It was not something it was easy to swallow.
So what's the magic words you
Laugh.
bagi kepada
We laugh a lot. We make fun of it. We make fun of the nurses. We play music. We berkecoh-kecoh. But he still went to work. He did exactly what I'm doing. But he sees his mother every time he's here, every day without fail, like what I do with George. Yeah. So our pain are similar, but how we feel among each of us that is suffering or being rich or sad, we cannot express what they're going through.
Yeah.
We just have to be there, and sometimes silence, and it's a good thing just to be with your friends and someone holding your hand,
company?
stroking your hair, being next to you, saying they love you. All that matters. And friends who are not around who says they think of you. Well,
Okey Datuk. Kita kembali kepada produk yang
yes.
Datuk. I know that you tak sabar nak introduce. I want to talk about your product ni Datuk. What's so special about your product ni? Ada sabun.
This basically is this brand, the Bath and Bond Company, was made by a family secret recipe, and it's good for your hair, for your face, eczema, sort of. It's completely natural.
Dah berapa lama Datuk your business ni?
I started this as a child, but I did my own packaging, my own branding, everything that was done. And I call it the Dreamer. I have one here, the Maharaj. Maharani pun ada, right? And then the balm. So everything here that you can do is
It's all
all for
natural, betul?
it's for wellness.
Wellness and semua bahan-bahan semua jadi natural
Yeah.
ingredients, right?
Everything I do on my own. I cut, I blend, I don't. The secret of the whole thing is not with anyone, it's with me.
And terbaru I dengar Datuk akan keluarkan juice, your own juice, right?
Yes, which you
Secret
have.
juice. You tak
Yes.
nak kongsi apa kandungan
I
ingredients.
I cannot give you the kandungan.
Tapi what's the
It's supposed to detox, and then it's supposed to help with your blood, your general energy, your mental alertness, and then it's good for you overall.
Okay Datuk. Before we
Conclude.
I conclude semua, mungkin saya nak dengar kita semua mungkin ingin Datuk berbicara, especially talk about women sebab memang semua orang cakap sekarang empowering lah, semua lah women, but kebanyakan yang bercakap tentang wanita, hak-hak wanita, semua tu kadang-kadang mereka berbicara mungkin bukan berlandaskan dia orang punya experience, pengalaman.
I think what has happened, people talk the talk but don't walk the walk. And easy to talk about others,
Betul.
easy, but it's very difficult to walk the walk. So I rather walk the walk than talk the talk.
Mhm.
So yeah, I might not be recognized for the things I do. So it doesn't matter.
As long
I would like to leave a legacy. I'm writing a book of about empowering women, really empowering women through my experience, um, and what it took, and how much it took out of me, and how to unite. And that to me, masa dulu ku, ingat tak? Raya-raya, Chinese Raya, Deepawalis, the Punjabis, macam-macam lah.
betul?
We be running to each other's house to eat.
Yes, makmur.
Why can't we have it now? Dulu kebaya is Malaysia, and now we have baju kurung. So why do you take something that was so precious to us? And of course now Indonesia makes it better lah. So what to do? So why can't we be proud of who we are? I mean, there's so many projects that's coming into play, and I hope with the help and the blessing of His Majesty and Her Majesty, maybe someday I might meet them. I never know. There could be a change, hopefully, if he could listen to me, hear me speak for half an hour. Maybe that's too long. He's a busy man. But yeah, just to change ideas and things like that.
And I remember Datuk, nak habis dah ni, tapi tiba-tiba I teringat posting Datuk Chef Wan ketika Datuk dan suami, your husband and you at the church.
We renewed our vows.
Yes. Kenapa Datuk?
Because at that time they said I had 3 weeks to live, and my sons wanted to see me get married again. And the most amazing thing was that's the first time I saw unity. Everybody from every walks of life, religion, walked into the church. Not They prayed in their own way, but they celebrated with us.
And you wearing white.
I have a picture there.
Dress, so beautiful. Makeup, hairdo.
And do you want to see the picture?
Yeah, we can see later. And the moment bila masa tu
I was very, very sick.
you're very, very sick because baru buat treatment.
No,
chemo,
they literally told me I was going to go.
But
I didn't. As I said, only God can take you.
adakah maksudnya ketika itu doktor kata mungkin Datuk Jasmine mungkin apa? Tidak.
They were quite sure that I was not going to make it.
Dan you decide.
And I'm here today.
And I hope that semoga perkahwinan ini terus kekal bahagia.
You know, I'll marry the same man over and over again. I can't help myself falling in love with him.
Semoga perkahwinan ini terus kekal bahagia dan
Thank you.
I hope that you're in good health. Me and my teams would like to say thank you so much.
I have to thank you.
No.
You know, Kifi sat with me for hours and held my hand, and we cried together like there was no tomorrow. And I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart, you and V and your team standing in the hot sun.
Yeah, now boleh lihat dia orang berada di bawah cahaya matahari untuk record
And I
our
think
our podcast today.
And I think now it's time for lunch.
Let's have a
Lunch.
Apa Datuk sediakan hari ni?
Kita tengoklah.
Tapi sebelum Datuk kita pergi lunch, apa kata Datuk kita chill kembali, kita ambilkan mood yang indah untuk kehidupan kita seterusnya agar lebih indah walaupun ada deritanya. Kita lindungi di bawah keceriaan yang sama. Datuk, let's sing together.
Sure.
Your favorite song?
What would you like to sing?
Datuk lah. Datuk yang pilih. Lagu apa yang paling Datuk suka?
Where is the shine and the sour that was once and mine? Where did it go? I just don't know. But till I